talks continue as Philadelphia public school teachers vote to authorize a strike. Thanks for watching your Neighborhood Connection Philly TV News. I'm Maurice Brown. Well, it was standing room only at the LaCora Center this morning when thousands of city teachers turned out to voice their opinions. Philly TV's Deborah Wong was there.
I don't see how we can ask to be sacrificed so much.
They came by the busloads. Over 15,000 members of the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers packed into the LaCora Center to make their voices heard. First grade teacher Carolyn Pendrack was there to cast her vote.
They haven't presented us with anything fair, and they haven't really bargained in good faith. We have really no choice.
Federation members voted unanimously to give President Ted Kirsch the power to call a strike and end it when and if he sees fit.
We have instructed our members to go back to work until we tell them we're out on strike.
Now, the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers is required by state law to give a 48-hour strike warning, which means they will be in class first thing on Thursday.
Although a strike has not officially been called yet, President Kirsch makes it clear he will not hesitate if negotiations become unproductive.
There's no question. If anyone has a question about that solidarity, there shouldn't be. When we say it, they're going.
Although a strike is the last thing she wants, kindergarten teacher Jenny Field says she's not willing to give up any more than she already has.
We can't sacrifice anymore. We can't make our ends meet. We can't pay our own bills.
From North Philadelphia, Deborah Wong, Philly TV News.
Well, high school seniors have to be and have reason to be concerned. Not only do they need to graduate on time, but they also need to see their guidance counselors now for the college application process. We took to the streets to talk to students about how they would be affected by the strike.
Yeah, it'll probably affect me. It'll keep my transcripts from going through. It'll make it harder for me to get some of the credits that I might need to get into college.
Are you looking forward to a strike?
No, I'm not, because I just want to go back to school.
Do you think teachers should be paid based on merit?
Yeah, I think performance of teachers should affect their pay a lot.
Are you looking forward to going back to school?
Yes. Because I'm ready to get back to school and learn.
Do you think that teachers should be paid raises in accordance to merit?
To tell you the truth, I have known some good teachers and I have known some bad teachers, and they've gotten paid the same. But it all depends on how the whole system works. You can't decide it on a couple of teachers. If it's going to work for the whole system, then go right ahead and apply it to the whole system.
Well, Philadelphia teachers' temporary restraining order was to expire at 5 o'clock this evening, but late this afternoon, a Supreme Court justice issued an extension until 5 o'clock on Monday. This means that the school district is forbidden from making any changes to its current contract for employment.
We've offered to work, and we wrote the letter before we went to court asking to continue bargaining with the hope and expectation that very difficult issues could get resolved at the bargaining table. And it's a pity that we had to waste all the resources and time and energy to go to court to get that to get that relief. And
well, teachers aren't disclosing exactly what issues are causing the most trouble during discussions, but the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers website, pft.org, lists several sticking points. They include competitive salaries and benefits, high standards and conduct for achievement, and safe schools. So, are parents worried about what could happen if their child's education, if teachers walk the picket line? We talked to Philadelphia's parents about their concerns. Here's what they had to say. What are you going to do if there's a strike? What are you going to do with the kids during the day if you have to go to work?
Right now it's up in the air. I'm not too sure. Hopefully they'll settle it. That's what I'm hoping. Sometime soon, maybe.
And if they don't?
Well, look like they'll be home for a little while.
It's going to be kind of hard, and I have to find a babysitter for starters.
My kids will be with their father at home.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What would you do?
My kids will be there by themselves, my 13-year-old and my 10-year-old.
Okay, well, the first day of school is scheduled for tomorrow, and Catholic school teachers have been at the bargaining table all weekend and up to a deal, and they've almost come to a deal. Courtney Alston has a story of exactly what happened on their decision day.
Teachers from 22 Catholic high schools met here at the Radisson to vote on whether to accept a new contract or strike.
You know, one of those really tough meetings. I think it was an easy decision for the teachers to make.
Teachers decided to accept a new contract, which includes a salary increase of over 4% for the next 4 years.
but we were happy with the salary increase. We were happy that a lot of things in the contract stayed the same.
But one issue that has changed is health care. Teachers will now have to pay more for their medical contributions and prescription, what doesn't sit too well with many teachers.
The small raise that we're getting is being significantly eaten up by the amount that we've got to pay for medical.
Officials at the Archdiocese of Philadelphia argue that these increases can put a decline in enrollment. The more they pay their teachers is the more tuition they charge to parents.
Many of our parents struggle a great deal to meet their tuition obligations. And so throughout the negotiation process, we wanted to be aware of the legitimate needs of our teachers as well as the burdens that parents are faced.
Rita Schwartz, president of the National Association of Catholic Schools, says the Archdiocese needs to learn how to make teachers a top priority.
They're going to be building new high schools. Without the people that just voted on this contract in those schools, they wouldn't be worth anything.
Many teachers aren't happy with the new contract, but they can't agree on one thing, the welfare of the students.
No one wanted to strike. Again, the kids are the ones that get hurt if we do.
Teachers and students will return to school as scheduled. In Center City, I'm Courtney Alston, Philly TV News.
And in Delaware County, students in the William Penn School District were to begin this morning in school, but they will return to school a day late. The school board and district teachers have been meeting around the clock, and a mediator's proposal early this morning has at least helped avoid a strike. And while you're online, answer our internet poll question of the day. Do you think Philadelphia's teachers should walk out? Log on to PhillyTVNews.com and let us know what you think. So far, 87% have voted yes, teachers should strike. 12% say no. Well, the teenager charged with shooting his school's vice principal last year was in court today. The jury will decide the fate of 16-year-old Eric Coxon. Coxon is charged with aggravated assault and possession of a weapon in the October 1999 shooting of a vice principal at Bartram High School. Coxon has been free since posting bail. The district attorney's office says the trial could start as early as tomorrow. There is now a new weapon in the fight against school violence. It's called the Internet. The Potts Grove School District is one of 17 in the nation to use ReportIt.com. The Internet-based anonymous tip line lets students alert adults about threats or any other safety issues. Well, we had a cool morning, a cool day. Will it last? Well, let's find out. For tonight, looks like this. Between 48 and 52, that's cool. Fair skies, chilly, breezy. Outlook for tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy and mild, a bit warmer, highs between 70 and 72. Well, President Clinton attacks the Republicans' plan to increase health insurance coverage. And Fidel Castro visits the U.S. for the first time in 5 years. That story and more when we return. You're watching your Neighborhood Connection, Philly TV News.
I'm Adam West, here to tell you that biographies revealing the real-life secrets of your favorite bat villains and yours truly.
Will Adam West reveal more than a Caped Crusader? Was Cesar Romero's dancing more dangerous than the Joker? Has Julie Newmar had more lives than a Catwoman?
Tune in for the shocking answers.
Holy Bat Week! All this week at 8 p.m. on A&E. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Here's your chance to tell a positive story about your neighborhood. It's Philly Neighborhood Photos. Call 1-877-835-5212 to get a Kodak Max camera and your pictures returned on a Kodak Picture CD for free. Your pictures will then tell your neighborhood story on Philly TV News. So call 1-877-835-5212 today.
Every day, Ameridebt helps more people with money problems. People like Tom Baker.
My credit card debt was outrageous. Then I called Ameridebt. They contacted my creditors and got my payments almost cut in half. Now I have only one small monthly bill.
Ameridebt is a nonprofit organization that offers free consultations to consumers seeking to eliminate their debt. People like the Shaws.
Every month I pay our credit card bills, but the balances never seem to get smaller.
Ameridebt got our interest rates reduced, and now the balances are dropping dramatically.
And what's even more amazing is our payments are less than before.
Call 1-800-482-8989. Regardless of your credit, in minutes join the thousands of people who have turned their financial lives around. People like Maria Rinaldi.
Before I called AmeriDebt, the creditors were calling every day. I thought bankruptcy was the only way out. Now I'm debt-free, and my credit rating has been restored.
Call 1-800-482-8989. 1-800-482-8989. AmeriDebt, helping America get out of debt.
Well, dignitaries from more than 100 countries are arriving in New York City for the Millennium Summit. The UN Secretary General is meeting with many of the leaders before tomorrow's opening sessions. One of the first people he will meet will be Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, who says the summit may offer inroads to a peace settlement between his country and Palestine. Republican nominee George W. Bush was in Allentown today promoting his health care plan for seniors. Bush is proposing a $160 billion plan providing older Americans with prescription drug benefits. About 1/3 of that would go to the states to provide immediate prescription coverage for seniors. The rest would pay for longer-term Medicare reforms, including a menu of modern health plans for seniors. Well, while George W. Bush unveiled his health plan, President Clinton attacks Republican tax proposal to increase health insurance coverage. The president says government subsidies are the best way to increase access to health insurance. But Republicans argue tax credits or deductions would give individuals the freedom to find their own insurance coverage. Well, at a marketing firm in Columbus, Ohio, Al Gore pushed his plan as the only comprehensive solution. The Democratic plan would pay for half the drug cost of Medicare recipients at an estimated cost of $250 billion over 10 years. Gore says the Bush plan would leave millions of seniors no better off than they are right now. And at the White House today, President Clinton called on Congress to pass a Medicare drug benefit plan before the November elections. Well, the presidential candidates have agreed to debate, but the networks haven't agreed to carry them. ABC and CBS say they will not carry presidential debates organized by rival networks. The Commission on Presidential Debates has proposed 3 nationally broadcast debates. Republican nominee George W. Bush says he'll take part in one and is willing to appear on 2 others hosted by CNN and NBC. Well, for the first time in 5 years, Cuban President Fidel Castro is visiting the United States. The communist leader attended the Millennium Summit of world leaders at the United Nations. Castro met with the prime ministers of Malaysia and China today and will address the UN on Wednesday. Castro was last in the United States to attend the 50th anniversary of the UN in 1995. Well, in the nation's capital, Million Mom marchers are putting Congress on notice. They've announced a march to the polls in November if lawmakers don't enact what they consider sensible gun laws. The Washington chapter of the Million Mom March is urging Congress to pass several gun control measures this session. Well, July's deadly Concorde crash is being blamed on a stray piece of metal dropped on the runway. Now it looks like the piece of metal came from a Continental jet. 113 people died because of the crash. French investigators say the Continental jet used the same runway minutes before the Concorde flight. The metal piece gashed a tire of Concorde and started a chain of events that caused the plane's fuel tanks to catch fire. Well, up next, business reporter Linda Skulski has the latest news from the floor of the Philadelphia Stock Exchange. You're watching your Neighborhood Connection, Philly TV News.
If you've been called mature or senior these days,
here's how to really help a person you love. Simply get a $10,000 life insurance policy on yourself to benefit your husband or your children.
Or your wife. Because when you die, you surely want to leave that special person far more than just fond memories. Now, you're probably not rich. Every dollar counts.
But you can afford to use a dollar to start a $10,000 lifetime plan to benefit your husband, one or more of your kids.
Or your wife. You don't mind answering a few brief questions, but if you're like me...
Or me, you don't ever want to take a medical exam or be hounded to buy. You want the right to decide for yourself.
To have guaranteed privacy.
And cash security for a person you love after you're gone.
None of us are planning to pass on soon. Still, it's reassuring to know that your $10,000 lifetime plan from Guarantee Trust pays full first-day benefits when that time comes. Now, just think of the ways your $10,000 insurance benefit will help a person you love. There will be money for funeral and burial expenses, money to pay your final bills and credit accounts.
Money to benefit your children or your husband, or money for your wife. Money to give security and comfort to that special person.
You're not limited to just a few $1,000s of protection. Your benefit is a full $10,000 with first-day cash benefits from the moment your Guarantee Trust $10,000 lifetime plan goes in force. No waiting periods for benefits to begin. Just $1 to start, and protection is guaranteed renewable for life with inexpensive rates guaranteed for life.
So if you're between 45 and 79, please call now. The free, no-obligation information will be mailed to you immediately. Then, use $1 to start a $10,000 lifetime plan to help one or more of your very special people financially when the time comes.
If you're age 45 through 79, call 1-800-943-4488 for your free lifetime plan information kit.
This business report is brought to you by New Power. Power to run your life.
In business news, stocks ended mixed as high-tech and pharmaceutical shares fell after earnings warnings from analysts. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained almost 22 points to close at 11,260. The Nasdaq Composite fell 91 points to settle at 4,143. Well, Philly TV's Linda Skolsky joins us now live at the Philadelphia Stock Exchange with the latest business news. Good evening, Linda.
Good evening, Marius. A brokerage downgrade of Intel and a WorldCom acquisition pushed the Nasdaq down today. More stocks fell than rose amid heavier trading volume than was seen in late August. As for the Dow, it edged higher due to strong retail and financial stocks. And in other business news, Microsoft is about to make computer history once again. Next Thursday, the company will release the Millennium Edition of Windows. There is one major difference between this Windows program and earlier versions. It doesn't use any of the MS-DOS system. That's the operating system used since the first IBM personal computer was launched in the early 1980s. Firestone's top executives will appear before Congress on Capitol Hill tomorrow. Lawmakers want to know when the Bridgestone Corporation and the Ford Motor Company found out about the tread problems. With millions of tires recalled last month, 88 deaths have been linked with the faulty tires. And finally, Westchester-based QVC Shopping Network has signed a deal to distribute its betting line at Home Place of America stores this fall. This is the first time QVC is making its Northern Nights down items available outside of television. That's it from the floor of the Philadelphia Stock Exchange. I'm Linda Skolsky. Maurice, back to you.
Well, some students depend on scholarships or loans to go to college, but two New Jersey teens say they have a better way to pay for college tuition: advertising. Luke McCabe and Chris Barrett of Huntington Field say they will eat the pizza, drink the soda, and drive the cars of any companies willing to pay them to go to college. They'll become the college spokesperson. The two high school students figured they could need about $22,000 a year each for tuition and room and board. Well, the start of classes in public schools remain undecided. Students at area colleges are heading back to their classrooms in droves. As Philly TV's Mike Rossi tells us, the first day of college can be a real adjustment.
Patricia White is going back to school after 25 years. It's not an easy adjustment, but it's something she feels she needs to do.
I need the stimulation. That's pretty much it. I don't want to stagnate.
And she's not alone. After a summer away from studying and papers, Patricia and thousands of other students are heading back to the books. The first day of classes at Community College of Philadelphia means searching for classrooms, buying textbooks, and meeting new people. Some 38,000 students take classes at CCP, and on the first day it seems all of them are trying to get to the same place at the same time.
Today it's very busy. I mean, it's like a sleeping dragon, you know. It's been asleep all summer, and then they wake up and there's like hustle and bustle.
What sets CCP apart from most other colleges is its diversity. Here you'll find students of many different ages and many different backgrounds. Some are right out of high school, while others are older students who hold down full-time jobs while attending class. But all have their own reasons for being here.
Because I need more money, so I decided to come back.
And how are you finding everything today?
It's very busy, it's very hectic, especially if you have to go to the financial aid office. They expect a 2-hour wait.
CCP offers more than 70 degree and transfer programs in fields such as business, science and technology, and humanities. But for the thousands of students that walk these halls, it offers much more. It offers them a chance. In Spring Garden, Mike Rossi, Philly TV News.
Well, what a difference a day makes. The weather in Philadelphia has taken a turn to the cool side with a brisk, stiff wind. Philly TV News took to the streets of Philadelphia to find out what folks are saying about this sudden blast of fall-like air.
Yes, it's a little bit shocking to the system. I hope that I'm not going to develop one of those fall colds.
It goes from hot to cold, and
That's, I guess, something you have to live with, like living in Philadelphia.
Well, I really appreciate this type of weather because it was so humid yesterday. I really suffered because my car went down. I had to walk to work.
I don't like the heat. I know I like the cold weather better because I can better prepare myself for it. Like, I can dress warm, but if I'm hot, I can't always get cool.
We came down from New York, which was very humid, very warm. And so it's nice to feel that crisp air.
Something told me to put on a jacket when I left out the house, and I just forgot, you know, to grab my jacket.
Well, it's cooler. I mean, it's better than the humidity. You know, I felt like I was in the tropics. So.
Well, looks like this for tonight. Fair skies, chilly, breezy lows between 48 and 52. The outlook for tomorrow, as we see, mostly sunny, breezy and mild, a bit warmer, highs between 70 and 72. The extended forecast we have on Thursday, mostly sunny skies, high of 75, a warming trend here. On Friday, a high of 80, low of 56, and for Saturday, a high of 83 and a low of 62. Well, the player of the week, is it a soaring seagull? Eagle. That story and more when the Dean of Sports joins us. Sports is next.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff. Trajectory looks good. It looks good. It's a beautiful launch.
We have liftoff on Channel 7.
Everything is go.
And you don't need cable. Free TV news, the old-fashioned way. Philly TV News, your news and neighborhood connection.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Anne Murray brings something special to every song she sings.
Like me, and he walks with me.
Heartland Music presents Anne Murray.
You just call out my name, and you know
26 songs of faith and hope.
I can see clearly now.
So please, call now for Anne Murray's inspirational favorites.
Then sings my soul.
To order Anne Murray's inspirational favorites, call 1-800-406-6868 or send $17.98 for 2 cassettes or $19.98 for 2 CDs, plus shipping to the address on your screen.
It was one great weekend for the Eagles. Dean Mikowski back from vacation.
Definitely. Everyone's talking about all this pickle juice.
Really?
But I don't know if it really helped the Eagles win, but Deuce Staley deserves something for his efforts. After running for 200 yards in that 140-degree heat on Sunday, Deuce Staley does deserve something. Today, his efforts recognized by the league. Staley named the NFL's Player of the Week. Deuce was loose in Dallas, shredding the Cowboys' defense with 262 total yards of offense. Staley leads the league in rushing after that season opener. The Eagles' offense also ranks #1 in production, and if that's not enough, the Eagles' defense ranks second best in the league. The Eagles will try to keep their lofty rankings when they take on the Giants on Sunday. While we're talking football, a couple of injury notes. Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman suffered the 8th concussion of his career on Sunday. Aikman is feeling better today, but he's still a question mark for this weekend's game against Arizona. And Packers quarterback Brett Favre has a sprained thumb to go along with elbow tendonitis in his right arm. But right now, he's still expected to play against Buffalo. Well, plenty of Kurt Warner doubters realized last night the Rams' second-year quarterback is the real deal. Warner picking up right where he left off last season, throwing for a career-high 441 yards and 3 touchdowns. The defending Super Bowl champs outgunning the Denver Broncos 41-36. Well, the college football Penn State coach Joe Paterno is searching for answers in Happy Valley. Paterno's team in uncharted waters after 2 blowout losses to start the season. Today, Paterno jokes he's looking to get rid of some of his Nittany Lions.
I got on the phone this morning and tried to make a couple of trades, but I couldn't do it. I tried to get a hold of Lloyd Carr at Michigan, see if he wanted to trade a couple of his kids for a couple of ours, and he said, well, he didn't think that was in the best interest of Michigan, so we had to cancel that trade. We got to play with what we got.
What they have isn't too good right now. All right, to tennis, the U.S. Open rolling on today, and another upset among the men. Third seed Magnus Norman lost to Nicholas Kiefer in 4 sets, with top seed Andre Agassi and second seed Gustavo Kuerten already out of the tournament. Pete Sampras remains the highest seed left. He plays Richard Krajicek in the quarterfinals tomorrow. In women's doubles action, Martina Navratilova's run at another Grand Slam title came to an end. Navratilova and her partner, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, lost today in third-round play. Martina, of course, came out of retirement this summer to play doubles, hoping to win her 32nd Grand Slam title. That won't happen. Maurice, also today at the U.S. Open, Venus Williams moves on to the semifinals. She was a winner, and the Phillies are in San Francisco tonight trying to end that 6-game losing streak.
That would be nice.
Yes, it would.
Thank you, Dean.
Okay.
All right, when it comes to children and sports, most say being highly talented at one sport at a young age is a positive attribute. But as Agent Matura found out, specializing in an activity may not be so good after all.
Future Olympic hopefuls and their parents may want to heed the advice of the American Academy of Pediatrics. Children should not be pushed into specializing in a single sport before adolescence. Instead, the Academy recommends children participate in sports at a level consistent with their abilities and interests. The advice appears to be aimed at parents and children who are motivated by the lure of sports scholarships and professional careers. Experts say the pressure on such children can be extreme. The Academy based its recommendation on research that suggests children have fewer injuries, tend to be more consistent performers, and stick with the sport longer if they wait to specialize until they reach puberty. For today's HealthCast, I'm Adrienne Matura.
Well, according to the American Medical Association, fewer students are entering medical school. It's a dropout rate of about 6%. The survey did not address possible reasons for the decline. Some experts suggest a strong economy may attract potential applicants to other fields. Despite the downward trend for the third year in a row, the number of applicants last year was still far higher than in the late 1980s. We'll take a look at the 5-day forecast and more when we return. You're watching a Neighborhood Connection, Philly TV News.
It looks like you're blushing, but the blushing never really goes away.
I felt so self-conscious. I mean, why is my face always so red?
I thought it was acne, but at my age?
It was embarrassing.
If you have redness on your face that doesn't go away, you could be one of the 12 million Americans with a skin condition called rosacea. Rosacea can get worse if it's not treated, so call this toll-free number and get the facts about effective rosacea treatments that are available.
Now I feel relieved. I know what it is, I know how to treat it, and I'm myself again.
When you call, you'll receive a free booklet that tells you what rosacea is and describes things you can do to help keep your rosacea under control. You'll also receive a free list of dermatologists in your area who can diagnose and treat your rosacea.
Now people look at me, not the redness.
Isn't it time you faced up to rosacea? Make the call today.
This face is looking good these days.
It was cool this morning. Hope you wore a sweater. Will we need to wear it some more? Let's take a look for tonight. Looks like this, between 48 and 52. Now that is very cold for an early September. Fair skies, chilly and breezy for tomorrow. A bit warmer. Mostly sunny skies, breezy and mild. Winds between the northeast, about 50 miles per hour. Highs between 70 and 72. The extended forecast as we see for Thursday, a beautiful day. Highs between 70 and 54 for Friday, a bit warmer. High of 80, low of 56. And for Saturday, a couple of clouds move in, still mostly sunny, with a high of 83 and a low of 62. Well, thanks for watching Philly TV, where we bring you neighborhood news that you can count on. For Dean Mikowski and the rest of the Philly TV News team, I'm Maurice Brown.
I took the risk